Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to Let's Play Nioh. Today we're going to be getting started on the One-Eyed Dragon's castle. Date Masamune, the One-Eyed Dragon himself, holds Alba Castle, named for its location atop Mount Alba. Built on the precipice of the mountain's cliffs, if we read this before, this looks... The castle exudes grandeur, construction ensures it's often likened to Kiyomizu Temple, modern-day Kyoto. I'm pretty sure most of this is what we read last time, with only very slight differences. So, the One-Eyed Dragon's castle is the last full-fledged mission in Dragon of the North. There is technically another main mission coming after this, but the mission after this is more or less just a boss fight. So there are two boss fights that take place in this level, and an actual level that contains those boss fights. A relatively substantial one. I like this one a little bit less than Yokai Country, or This is Yokai Country, whatever that last one was called. I like it just a little bit less. Especially because it doesn't provide that much of a shift in setting. It doesn't introduce anything spectacularly new. No new traps, no new level design wrinkles, no new enemy types. They do introduce one or two variants on an enemy type, on an existing one I should say, but it's more or less just the Rokubi, the snake-headed dudes, who I realize now I got mixed up last time with the other new yokai, the Namahage, the really, really tough ones. These ones, these are the Rokubi. Just kind of going in and out. So the game, while I've been away in St. Charles, Illinois, I got bait and switched. I thought I was going to Chicago. I went into a town like a few miles north of Chicago. I got bait and switched. I didn't get to spend much time downtown. Still went to Portillo's though, and that was pretty decent, Sheen. While I've been away at Combo Breaker, the game got patched. Got patched significantly, actually. This was the, I think, the 1.10 patch, which if this was Diablo 2, we would be getting all sorts of things like synergies and all sorts of stuff. But it is not, alas. I haven't had time to look through the notes extensively, but some of the key takeaways I got were spear skills got buffed, with the exception of Spearfall, because Spearfall should never ever be buffed. It's already kind of ridiculous. Oh, I thought I was going to impale both of them like a shish kebab. I did do damage to the one behind. That would have been so sick. But yeah, the spear got buffed a bit. The axe got a damage buff. The odachi got a lot of... Whew, there is a long gap in sentences there. It's because I'm cutting out some very big sneezes. Big sneeze time. The odachi got a sweeping number of buffs, like just across the board. You'll notice that a lot of these attacks have faster startups and faster follow-through animations. The attacks have larger hitboxes now. It tracks slightly better. And there have been damage increases on... Jesus, that animation's terrible. The way they just soar through the air from the explosion. That's a really bad animation, actually. Like, every single swing and skill got some kind of damage buff, I think. Even Moonlit Snow, which is already one of the best odachi abilities, got a damage buff. Finish off the nasty Namahage. Trying to remember my way around this level. It's been a little bit since my first run through of it and this one. Is this gonna work? It should. Sometimes in certain positions, the full animation doesn't play, and that sucks. I think it has to do with whether or not the game detects some kind of collision object behind you. That would create a really wonky scenario where you would, like, fling the enemy through a wall or something. Or into one, so it's clipping through. I think it prevents the second part of the animation from playing in those scenarios to prevent that. Oh, and also, speaking of damage buffs, divine weapons. We haven't talked about this yet, because it hasn't really come up, and I don't know if it will in the LP, but just so you know, divine weapons are the highest class and rarity of weapons, but not all divine weapons are created equally. Knew it was gonna be. Oh! Is it the first time we've seen that? That's ridiculous. You have to hold that thought. Good. Okay. You got a nice, clean hit on the horn with a strong attack, high stance. Need to do a little bit more work to finish him, though. Yep. That command grab is one of the easiest attacks he has to punish. Okay, cool. Divine items have their own upgrade schemes. Isn't that insane? We're nearing the end of the DLC, which comes at the end of the base game, and there are still new mechanics that we're discovering. It really speaks to, like, this yawning chasm that is Nioh's mechanical depth. Anyway, to upgrade a divine piece of gear to +1, you need to soul match your base level 150 divine gear with another piece of level 150 divine gear, or if you have a lower piece, just it has to be soul matched with a higher level piece of divine gear. That'll take it up to +1. Ooh, no. I want to deal with the dudes on the bridge first. If I can, don't hit me off the ladder. Would put me in a very vulnerable state. Okay, we're good. That's so good. Then to go from +1 to +2, you need to basically mash 2 +1 divine items together. I think you could take them up to +10 that way. Who knows, maybe by time the second or third piece of DLC drops, there'll be a way to get to +15 or some kind of Souls-esque ascendancy system. Depends on how much the power creep keeps happening. Oh, I know there's a boulder rolling down that hill. Yeah. I think there's a second one that should be coming. This is not the best position because the camera is pulled in very tightly. Yep. Just gotta get away. I think this is probably my best bet. Just how cramped this area is. Oh, this is gonna run out before I... Well, he's close enough to death. So this... Was this enemy in, the Yukiana level? This variant of the Cyclops? The Ice-Clops, if you will? If not, then I'm pretty sure this is a new variation which doesn't do all that much. It's more or less just a palette swap. But it's an attempt at something new-ish. I gotta say, the content of this DLC is good, but it's not very substantial. I'm surprised I haven't seen more complaints about that along the lines of, like, how disappointed people were with the first Dark Souls 3 DLC. Oh, I got caught up on that little piece of wood on the battlement. Really surprised I haven't heard that criticism more of this. Because it's one new weapon type. It's a handful of bosses, which 2 of them are pretty alright, and 2 of them are not so hot. Oh, hello! Where the hell did you come from? It's 2 real new enemy types. It's a new tile set. And 2 real main missions. and a couple of guardian spirits. So it's not all that substantive. I would be more... Yeah, I think we can do this. And he's even guarding a Kodama. I would be more inclined to criticize it if it wasn't so polished up. Ooh. Barely managed... I was in the wrong stance to punish that. Just outside the range. That should be dead on. Yes, it is. God, that's even better than it was before. I cannot believe they buffed Moonlit Snow on top of all the other buffs the odachi got, which well deserved. The odachi honestly kind of needed it. I definitely don't hate the odachi, but I'm a little bit disappointed by it. Especially pre-patch when it was doing not all that much more damage than much quicker weapons. Like, I think the base damage of this odachi that I'm using was only a little bit higher than that Divine Kisarigama that I was rocking for a little while. It was only 100 or less base damage more than that Kisarigama. For a strength-based weapon, it seemed a little underwhelming. Woo, that command grab, though! Gotta get away. Just a second, we can finish it without having a drink, not having a chug-a-lug. Nah, I'm not sure I love the stance dancing portion of the moveset. It's got some other really cool things going for it, though. And now that the damage is better, I think it's come into its own. The axe and the odachi specifically got really big damage buffs, both of which need it. I think they both needed it to fit more into that hard-hitting but slow archetype that they feel like they belong to. That was not worth shit. It was like no damage, it didn't knock him down, and this draw distance is silly. Is it the bottom of the hill? Yeah, just the Namahage just pops into existence as soon as you pass the threshold. That's really, really silly. Like, it's just as silly when you're playing this or a Souls game and you see an enemy in the distance animating at like 5 frames a second. But shit, man, that's better than enemies phasing out of existence like 100 feet away. I've noticed that this level in particular tends to have some performance issues, so I feel like that's probably to mitigate some of those. And it's weird because I've never had any performance issues. Oh god, do I want to commit to never? No, I've had very sparing amounts of performance problems with other levels. This one, though, they crop up fairly frequently. I don't think it's all the snow particles and stuff, because Yukiana's level doesn't have that. The Yōkai Country level doesn't have that. And we've come to our second shrine. There are, what, 3 shrines in total in this level? And it's just about the same size, maybe a little bit larger, actually, than the last main mission. I think this level is slightly better about how it utilizes, like, the interconnected layout and shortcuts, so that it doesn't have to spam shrines. There are a few questionable placements for shortcuts and the next shrine, though, because I think the next shrine is really close by. But it's also a super open level, which is cool. That's why when I was saying before that I don't like this level as much, I was careful not to say that I don't like it, because it's still a really, really like high quality level. How do we approach you? I don't think this is gonna work, like, at all. But at the very least, gets me into range really quickly to do that. Like, by time I have his attention, I'm already gunning for the horn. Go ahead and open you up now. Give him plenty of divine gear. That's about the level of equipment that they tune the content around, so they give you lots and lots of divine items. Especially on the revenants, you'll notice a lot of green icons that represents that they are decked out in divine gear. So if you want to farm some divine stuff, the revenants are usually a really good way to go about that. Especially if you're gunning for a specific item set. I'm trying to avoid that trap. I don't know if they really triggered it or just came at me. It's just you. I want to be a little bit careful about him because it looks like he is wearing heavy armor. Heavy armor combined with really fast striking weapons can be a pain in the ass. Because of the combination of poise and stunlock against you. I think that was just medium. This guy might be heavy. I'm really bad at identifying armor sets. Nah, this is also like medium gear. You'll be able to tell pretty quickly once you start fighting them because heavy armor users will not easily become stun-locked. Actually, you know what? They may have also increased the hit stun on the odachi, which would be super sick. I don't know if they did or not, but that could be a change that they actually made. I think the second part of the animation didn't play there because the game detected there's a wall nearby. Could have caused some kind of animation bug. Wow, you wait a really, really long time to transform. That is not to your benefit. Waiting until he was down to like half health. That's not going to work out super well for you. Oh boy, my voice is still very hoarse. I'm developing some kind of post-nasal drip. Oh, I hope I'm not getting sick again. Right before Gami. Ooh, is that an odachi, the bloodstained cleaver? I believe it is. Yeah, another divine odachi and maybe check out. Or I can just mash it into the one that I'm rocking right now, get an upgraded version, and we are at our third shrine. Everything around here is locked. On the opposite side of one of those gates is going to be a boss fight that gives us the key, though. So we'll basically fight the boss, get the key, exit through the gate to get back to this shrine. And then open up the other one to continue on with the level. For now, we have to take the long way around to the boss. I find it really odd that enemies don't usually do drop attacks. I don't even know if they can. I've never seen one do it. I've never actually seen an enemy do a plunging attack. So I feel like completely safe most of the time. Just waiting for them to fall off of small inclines. And again, because they do have a little recovery period when they do that. Come on. Yep. I can't really tell if I just blew my voice out cheering on Saturday and Sunday at Combo Breaker or if I'm actually getting sick. If I get sick after another event, like I did at PAX when I got, like, crazy ill, I'm gonna start going to events in a hazmat suit. Sick twice in 2 months. Here's another variant. This is one of the katana-wielding yōkai, who happens to also have a hand cannon. Ooh, shit. Is there anything worthwhile in this room? Aside from that body? Not really, no. I don't think I'm gonna fight him. I don't think there's anything out the window, like I get vantage point on. Really? Yeah, this isn't worth it. Discretion is the better part of valor. It's just actually not worth it. Those things are a little bit tough to boot. You are not gonna get a chance. Oh! You got a chance, you just didn't take it. Oh. The real puzzle for me is not why the full animation doesn't sometimes play, it's why they don't always use the cinematic camera. Even when the full animation does play. Wonder if that's another collision thing. That's still locked. We will get the key for that. Momentarily. It's the way we came, so this is the only path left to go. Oh, there's some dangerous shit around here. We'll open up that shortcut in a little bit. It's actually just like right around the corner, I believe. I keep trying to check the windows to see if I can get, ooh, hello. If I can get, a sniper perch going on some of the enemies out in the courtyard, but there aren't too many spaces in this level from which you can do that. Unfortunately. Ah! No! Fuck, I hate these things. Oh, also, that's why the radar went red. Come on! Nope. I was wondering where an enemy triggered from, because I saw the radar glow after I had engaged the Namahage. Oh, okay, this again? Oh, that's fun. I don't think we're gonna engage him by taking on the Namahage this time, because we pulled him a little bit further back. That's still just goofy as all hell, though. Just whoop, bamf into the next dimension. Well, now we can take him one-on-one, which is an exceedingly unfair fight for me. Rather in favor of me. Oh no, 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 no. Oh shit. Completely overextended that hit. And what do we have up here? I hope you didn't forget about the Raven Tengu. Ooh, shit. I think I'm gonna pop living weapon. These things are already annoying enough to fight with a fast weapon. Oh god. That did very little. So they occupy you mainly with like the Roku Rokubi and the Namahage in the DLC. Don't forget about Raven Tengu. They're still dangerous as ever. Probably only second behind the Namahage now. Or one of the chief threats of the base game. But it's really, really simple to lock them into a pattern. They're just shit. I am the shit now. Now it is I who am the ball licker. What the fuck was even the syntax of that sentence? No, I'm just gonna go with it. Jesus Christ. Getting too greedy with trying to fit like 2 swings in. Thank God. Done with that Raven Tengu. I think that might be the only one in the mission. He was guarding a hot spring. One of 2. One of very few levels that features 2 different hot springs. William loves it. So soothed, so relaxed, ready to take on the horrible yokai of Kyoto. Or, yeah, modern day Kyoto. This, I don't think is gonna work. I think maybe if I pull one of them and then shoot, this might do the trick. Nope, absolutely nothing. Might just be to fuck you up if you fight them inside the courtyard, because the Roku Rokubi spit fire at you occasionally, and they can also breathe it in a cone. So if you fight them inside the courtyard, you wind up with an explosive barrel going off in your face. Ouch. This is really hard to deal with 2 of them in close proximity to one another. It's really nice when they do those long line of attacks like that, though. When they both spit cones of poison or flame simultaneously. Anything that results in really long recovery animations so you can fit a couple of quick swings in. The poison is really not a big deal, especially at this stage of the game. There's never really an upgraded poison state like plague or toxic or rapid poison. So the further you get in the game, the less poison actually matters. Though if you go for a poison build, you can actually upgrade your damage over time through various different skill trees substantially. I've actually been wanting to try out some kind of damage over time build. I knew you were back here. There are a lot of different things that affect your recurring damage from fire and poison. I don't know how viable that would be, though. I think we might not have to deal with this, or at the very least, we can probably separate him from the Roku back there. Yeah, I don't think that Roku is going to become a big problem. I do just want to keep an ear out, though, for any of the startup audio cues. Because it's staying off screen for a large part of this fight. And at any moment, if it puts me in hit stun, and gives the Cyclops a chance to get a combo off, that's death. In fact, I think we're going to largely ignore him. Just open that chest up. Yeah, we're okay to do that, I think. Ooh! I think a little bit of iframes on the chest opening animation. You don't get as much of that in Nioh. Like, you get iframes, a lot of them in Dark Souls when opening a door or a chest. You get a few in Nioh. It's the same as like with the evasive roll. You do get iframes on it, it's just not as much as you would hope. Spacing has to be a lot more on point. Good to go with the ninja house. I think there might be another one of those variant Amrita fiends up here. Or is that... Yep, no, it's another one of the gun-wielding ones. Before I commit to fighting him, you just piss off everybody up on the roof. Nothing actually worthwhile up here, I think. So again, we're gonna ignore him. We are pretty much okay to do so. Then back down here. We could take the ladder down. Do I want to do that yet? No, there's still this. Ooh! Forgot that last hit. Just a tiny bit rusty. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Ooh. Bad spacing. I think we might be better served in this stance. We can get some of this going. Fuck, that is so good. That's honestly my favorite attack in the game. It's so cool. It's so damn cool. We're gonna plunging attack. You can do that pretty much off of any elevation. I think we're good. We have the archers leaning out the window to in this room. But I don't see anything immediately in that room, so we're gonna ignore that. Don't remember what's in that defilement cloud, but I think we can deal with this guy. Oh, we're just barely not one-shotting him right now. Oh, is that it? Normally these contain something that's actually scary, like a Namahage or a Raven Tengu, but this is trivial at this point. These guys are a little bit beefy, and you can't stun lock them, but they also aren't all that dangerous. Yeah, poison's gonna do like 5% of my health. so that's no big deal. This is that shortcut from earlier. Not quite as close as I thought I was to it when we first came across the other side of that door. And what do we have up here? Anything of interest? Is this just... Ooh... Is this just the other side of that roof? Possibly? I didn't... No, it's not. Okay, so now we're just gonna come down here. And that does not open up. But we have enough shortcuts open already. I feel like I'm missing something, but I can't remember. So we're just gonna go for it.